Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. As you can see, we are fast approaching winter. I've got my hat on, I've got my vest on. It's about 40 degrees out here today. It rained all last night, all this morning, and it finally stopped. So we're gonna go ahead and process up some firewood. I've got the Eastonmade axis all set up. I've got a good bit of rounds already cut and stacked and ready to go. I've got a pile already started. Point of today's video is I want to see how big of a pile I can make with this axis and its built-in conveyor before you'd have to either start stacking the wood or move the splitter. Stay tuned. So here is our setup for today. As you can see, I've already spent quite a bit of time getting some rounds blocked up here. They are ready to go. I already got a pile started there on the end of the conveyor. I did that the other night. And then this basket here is what I throw all of my junk wood into that's not sellable. This is stuff that I'll burn for myself. If you can see there's quite a few bug holes in there, and like I said, I don't care, it'll burn for me, but I really don't want to sell that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna grab the tractor, put this basket away somewhere where it can dry out a little bit, and get a fresh empty basket here. So all the junk wood goes in the basket, all the good sellable wood goes on the conveyor and builds into the pile. Alright, so the length of this conveyor measures just a hair over 7 feet long, and then I'm curious with how I have it set right now how tall that is from the ground. So the top of the conveyor right now is about 6 feet 8 inches off. So you ought to be able to build a firewood pile about 6 feet 8 inches tall until the pile starts matching the height of the conveyor. All right, so I thought now would be a good time to stop and show you. We're getting close enough to the top of the conveyor there that you can see that one piece on top there, when it came off the conveyor, it actually jammed up the drive link there. So I think we're at a point now where we can go ahead and stop. I wanted to show you a quick little trick though. So right now I have the conveyor set at speed 3. If I kick that up to speed 4, instead of just dropping the pieces of wood right on top of the pile, it'll actually kind of chuck them out a little bit so we can start dropping pieces of wood on the other side of this pile. So that's just another little trick that can help you build a pile a little bit bigger without having to move the splitter or start stacking. So like I said, normally I run it at speed 3, which would be right there. I'm gonna go ahead and kick it up to 4 so that it chucks the wood off the end. Now, one thing to note, your conveyor does share a hydraulic pump with your log splitter. So when you kick up your conveyor speed, it's gonna rob a little bit of your cycle time because it's stealing some of the flow from your pump. But I think that's an acceptable trade-off in order to not have to move the splitter or start stacking until you have a full pile. All right, so there you go. That is about what you can expect to get off the Eastonmade axis. Now, if I really wanted to, I could climb that pile and pull some of those pieces off the top and throw them down to the lower portion and keep going. But I wanted to give you guys an idea of the size of pile you could expect off that 7-foot conveyor without touching any wood. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because when I was looking at the Eastonmade axis and kind of comparing it to the other machines that are out there, you've seen those 16 and 24-foot conveyors and the pile of firewood they can make. I wanted to see how well this 7-foot conveyor stacks up. I mean, literally stacks up, right? And I think for what it is, it does a great job. Now granted, if you're doing like 500 cords a year, this probably isn't the machine for you. You probably want a dedicated either firewood processor or commercial splitter with a 16 or 24-foot conveyor so you can make giant piles of firewood. But for me and what I do here, this is all the more I need. I'm guessing that this pile here is probably right around a cord. Let me know in the comments below how much firewood you think this actually is here once I get it stacked up. But I'm a pretty small time operation. The last couple years I've done in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 cords. This year, now that I've got this machine here, I'm hoping to do somewhere around 50 cords of wood. That's my goal. But if this is in fact one full cord here, that'll be 3 of these IBC tote baskets here. I'll go ahead and stack those up. And if I can pile up 1 full cord, stack 3 baskets and go put them in a row and then do it all over again, I think that's a pretty good process flow. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stacked up here in these baskets. Like I said, these IBC tote baskets hold 1/3 of a cord each. Let me know in the comments below how many baskets you think this will fill, and I'll let you know in the next video. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.